This is a Headgum original.
Jake and Amir, two Jews that you can't forget. In 2010, they were big on the internet. And all things considered, their success is more than fair. Now here's one more effort for only positive motivations, they swear. Another podcast, each app different from the last. It's the Swiss Army knife of shows. Meet your two emphatic hosts.
Not worth it. Absolutely not worth the bit. I spun around in the chair.
You're dizzy. Yeah.
I'm sick.
And
I don't feel good at all.
No, nor should you.
It's clearing. I'll be fine.
Actually, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm a little under the weather myself.
Really? I actually can't.
Exactly.
What's
and
your
you can't tell
ailment?
because mind over matter. Having a cold is basically a symptom that you are too weak to hide what is coming
hear
out of
your
you.
nose closing up. You can breathe
I'm
okay?
congested.
Yeah,
and it
there
hurts
it
to
is.
swallow.
I'm
And I don't
allergic
know
to
if I can make
microphones.
it. I think I'm fucking dying and I'm really fucking scared. But you won't ever notice that. You'll never see me blowing my nose off camera.
Maybe you
won't
should.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should actually.
Maybe you should expel some of the mucus in there. It might help you breathe.
I saw a TikTok yesterday while I was sick of a mom holding a 3-year-old boy and shoving a water syringe up one nostril, and so much mucus came out. Like they don't know how to blow their nose yet or something. So these toddlers are just like, no. And it's like, boom. And it's just like a quart and a half
so
of
good.
boogers. Yeah, they're crying. I'm like, I want to feel like I should just not blow my nose for a full day just to fucking nasal lavage later.
We did something like that, but not with the water. Like it was some really weird fucking tube thing that Jill had to like blow into or suck. Like that's
like a turkey
craziest thing.
baster of mucus.
Yeah, but Jill had to put her mouth to it. Like
Interesting.
what?
A mouth to nose resuscitation.
Yeah, there was something to it. I was at an
standing
arm's
guard.
length.
Yeah, making
Yeah.
everything
I was-
okay over there.
I was
the
helping with the
boogers.
dog at that time. Someone has to walk the guy.
Did you express his anal glands just to?
Well, I
like,
let him
make
into
sure
the
that-
backyard, but I had to look and make sure that he peed because otherwise you don't know if he peed, and then maybe he needs to walk later. But yeah,
Right.
so I watched him in the yard.
Well, the problem is I'm too good at blowing my nose, so like I'll never have that sweet lavage release. What I'm doing is every like 5 minutes doing a very loud guttural hawking.
I wonder if that's good for you. I wonder if you're supposed to blow your nose like that. Or like you don't have to expel it, right? The babies don't.
Well, the snot coming out is your body's way of being like, get out of
Right.
here, bad stuff. So what I'm
Like,
doing
isn't
is
it
just
bad for your
taking it out
eardrums
of
to
my
blow it? Yeah, you don't want to blow your
nose.
nose too hard. I've heard that before. You don't want to
Yeah, like it hurts.
overblow.
Yeah, because then like blood vessels can pop in your eye or something.
Yeah, no need.
Yeah, but like at the same
Actually,
time,
knock on wood, I haven't been sick in like 2 years.
Wow. Well, you had that stomach thing last time you came to LA.
Oh, sorry, I mean a cold. Yeah.
Oh, God,
No, I had
yeah.
I had the hantavirus or whatever that was.
Yeah, norovirus. A stomach
Norovirus.
flu.
Yeah, hantavirus
Yeah.
is the one that kills you. Yeah, no, I had the
Yeah.
stomach virus for sure.
Yeah.
And I had COVID and I had anal COVID.
I had flu and I had a sinus infection every
Which is
other
not a
week
cold,
for a
which
year.
is different than a cold.
I never used that term. I never understood what it was. I was never part of it. I don't
Sinus
know if I have a
infection versus
sinus
cold.
infection versus a cold. It's all just congestion to me.
Right. Well, doesn't a cold goes away on its own, and a sinus infection you need drugs for?
Yeah, but what kind of drugs can you take for a sinus infection that you don't take for a cold?
Z-Pak?
Like, like actual antibiotics? I've never taken antibiotics for a cold, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, I think I did eventually when it was a long time ago, but we were living in LA at the time. I think it was 2015. And I had a cold for like a month and a half. And it just
That's
never...
why you haven't had one since. You had 7
like,
colds in a row.
It feels like I should be able to breathe at this point. I think I eventually got like a Z-Pack or something and it went away instantly.
Sinus infection.
I guess. I don't know. I don't remember.
Some people
That
are
was
quick.
10 years
Some people
ago.
are quick with the sinus infection declaration.
Yeah. Some people
There's
are
no,
all
like,
about
test
medicine.
for it.
When I get sick, I want every single... I mean, not then, but now, I want every remedy possible. I'm trying to do
take
it all.
Dayquil.
I will take Dayquil. I'll take NyQuil. I'll take the Sudafed. I am doing tea, drinking a ton of water. I feel so sorry for myself when I have a cold.
Well, some of that stuff is just natural. Like, yeah, you need water. Like, I'm okay with that, but I don't rush to take the Dayquils of the world. I'm like, I want to feel what the problem is so I can diagnose it a little bit better. I don't want to mask it with medicine.
No, I want my sinuses clear and I want my energy level high.
Yeah. That's a tomorrow issue for me. For now, my energy is low. My podcasting voice is dampened and my spirits are rock bottom.
Good.
Oh, let's talk about the highs and lows of 2024.
Right. Your roses and your thorns, as they say. Roses, thorns, and buds.
Yeah. So this first segment, we should say this is the segments podcast, but this first segment is sort of a retrospective because we're not going to be releasing an episode next week. It's that weird dead week between Christmas and New Year's. So on the 30th, we're going dark. And this is the 23rd, still before Christmas, so we can do our end of the year segment spectacular.
The 30th? Is that Hanukkah? Because doesn't Hanukkah start on Christmas Day this year?
Yes, it's a perfect overlap. Hanukkah, which
That's
honestly
amazing.
should be always this week. Sometimes it's like randomly on November 30th. I think the sweet spot of Hanukkah is like it starts on day one of Christmas and then just carries on.
That's ideal.
Yeah, that's what's going
and
on.
It goes through New Year's, right? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like the 25th through the 1st or something like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
That week.
That's so cool. Okay. So we're going dark on the 30th. It has nothing to do with the holidays. We just,
I'll be even more sick next week, so it makes sense. Okay, so what were the highlights and lowlights of your 2024?
You definitely reminded me of one of my lows, which was when I had the norovirus in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
I think that was
health
probably
as
the
well.
worst.
So when you're sick, you just feel like this sucks, life sucks, I'm ill, I can't do anything.
Yeah, I felt so completely helpless. And actually, maybe the lowest point was that Micah came to visit like the day after, like we got the norovirus. It felt awful. We were sick. Then like it took 36 hours for us to feel normal. And we're like, okay, we can still enjoy this trip. We're like, one night we just like drank soup and recovered. And Micah arrived the next day. and we're like, man, we were so sick. It was crazy. I've never been that sick before. I'm so happy you're here. Now we can like enjoy the vacation. Because we thought it was food poisoning, not that like it was an insanely contagious stomach bug.
Yeah.
So I went to bed that night. The next day I wake up, I'm ready. I'm like, all right, we're going to go to Malibu. We're going to go to the vintage shops. We're going to go check out the farmer's market. And I just hear Micah puking. And I go downstairs and I'm like, oh, wow, you're sick? And he goes, how long did it last for you?
A year, but it honestly flies by. Once you're no longer sick, who cares?
I was so sad for him that almost was worse than being sick.
Right, because you felt guilty in addition to feeling sick.
Right.
So
and I
you
knew
were
how sick he
seeing somebody
was
else.
and that it was only going to get worse before it got better.
Yeah. So illness, one of your thorns.
Yeah. I'm sure there was some more. I'll keep on thinking while you go. What's one of your thorns?
Mine was the obvious one, which I have spoken about before, which was when Avital and I flew to England and our dog Luke was having seizures and potentially on death's door. We thought he may be gone for a few days. So that was the low point. I didn't even feel that sick, so I don't even know why it's such a thorn for me. Like, I felt fine. Like, right now, you can ostensibly say it's worse than that because I have a scratchy voice.
Right. The lesson we can both learn is that both of these things happen far from home. You just can't travel. We really can't leave our houses.
Yeah, it is hard to travel and not have anything go wrong to yourself or a loved one.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, there's something that's like extra set. Like it would have been really bad if you were home and caring for Luke and he was sick, but you've been there. There's something about like being surrounded by things that you're supposed to be enjoying and seeing and experiencing and just being like, I am not present here and I'm thinking about something bad that's happening far from here.
Yeah, that was us when we were talking to the vet, and she's like, well, we'll take it hour by hour, and I'll give you updates, and if I don't call, then that's good news, so just, like, try to enjoy your time. And we, like, went to a play, and I'm, like, staring at my phone, hoping to God it's not an 818 call from a fucking coroner. Don't remember what the play is about, pint? For sure.
How about a cheeky is my dog alive?
Actually, the other time, one of the highs was our cruise to Alaska, which was quickly turned into one of the thorns because everyone got violently sick. So there is something to be said about the highs and the lows, the traveling highs and the lows of when you do travel. You or a loved one might get really ill.
Right. And I think that was also because one of the highs for me was going to Copenhagen with Gemma and Jill. But one of the lows was getting there and the stress that it put on everybody.
Oh, right. The flight that may or may not have taken off. And it was a red eye.
Yeah. Basically, sitting at 2 a.m. in the cabin while they're still doing meal service and Gemma is just shrieking, has no idea what's happening. And I'm just like, where are those people?
You ordered the lasagna? It's
where
3 in the fucking morning. Turn like the lights off.
You know when you're on a flight when you don't have a kid and you just hear a kid screaming, you're like, why can't anybody shut that baby up?
Yeah.
That was us. We were just like the people that like, well, we can't shut her up because the lights won't turn off. Okay? It has nothing to do with her. Cheryl. She sleeps great at home. We don't have her white noise machine.
Does anyone have a pack and play? Is there a doctor or a sleep specialist on the flight?
Yeah. Is there a sleep consultant here?
Probably not a coincidence that the highs require the occasional low. Otherwise, they wouldn't be such a high. Otherwise, people would do them all the time.
That's interesting. Yeah, my other high and low did involve travel because we went on a family trip to Nantucket. I like did all of this prep to get everybody in the family there. And I like was feeling really good about everything. I was like, okay, we're all going to get to Nantucket. We're going to enjoy this vacation. It was such a huge effort to get everybody to the island. And then the last piece of the puzzle was Jill and Gemma flying because we decided we're not going to make her drive 5 hours, take a 2-hour boat. It's like, I'll bring all of the gear, all of the car, the siblings. You guys show up at the end of the day. It'll be perfect. I was on FaceTime with them while they're sitting in the terminal to fly to Nantucket, which is like a 40 minute flight. Like I would basically, as soon as they boarded, I was going to get ready to go get them. The flight had been delayed and I was talking to them to distract Gemma from like being upset. And I just heard the loudspeaker come on that the flight was canceled. And
what do you even do? It's such a 180 of what you think will happen.
They're just not going to get to the island that day. And it's like, we have a 7-day vacation. Them not coming tomorrow, or not till tomorrow, which is now not guaranteed, is like, oh wow, what if they can't come for 2 days? Then is there even a point? What if? And then like the end of the week it says it's going to rain.
So
and the next
they went home.
The next day was my birthday, so that was I think we left on August 4th. Or maybe it was later that week. Anyway, it was just a whole, that was like a low point. Like even Gemma's face when they said the flight was canceled, she looked confused. She couldn't understand it. Of course, she was just one. But like
her first words were, maybe we should rent a car and just fucking go for it.
Isn't there a ferry from Queens?
Why don't we vacation in Hyannisport instead? Everyone can just drive there.
So that was a low point too.
They're all related to travel and they're all related to the high point.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's fucking go.
He expelled it.
Yes.
Were there any other ones for you or is it's all Luke?
It's all Luke related for the low points. Well, the high point is that he's survived. He's doing well on the seizure medication. So the seizures that nearly killed him are in control right now. Who's to know what tomorrow will bring? But it was so touch and go that every month that passes without another seizure feels like a huge win.
That's nice.
Our shows were a highlight, seeing the fans in Philadelphia, New York, and Chicago after all these years.
All of the hands going straight up in Philadelphia when I just instantly knew that they were dialed in during the song. That was great.
And we didn't even get sick on that trip.
No, though we did drive back from Philadelphia to New York that night, and that was definitely a low.
Yeah, the energy was gone, and we were sort of on a New Jersey turnpike during some sort of construction zone situation, being exhausted.
Right, and there was like the standstill traffic on Allen Street when I was trying to drop you off at your hotel.
Yeah, and you're like, I got to get through Manhattan, and just that part alone took 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was rough. But it all worked out, didn't it? Okay, I have one. I think I have one more. Well, I'm sure I have more. All right. Anyway, I have another one. Okay.
Does it involve leaving New York City?
No. This one is all. It's also not just a single point. It's kind of like a long. It's a narrative of my year, which I think is good.
Okay.
So at the end of last year, that was when I hurt my back, as you recall.
Yes.
And I think that was a low point that took me into the new year because it still wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And it's been a roller coaster of a journey trying to like figure out what's going on. And I'll wake up and everything is fine for like several weeks in a row, and then all of a sudden I'll do something that'll like irritate it, and I'll just be like basically back to where I was for a week.
Like pulling your back.
Yeah, it's like pulling but it's never like an event where I like feel it like, oh, I just pulled it. It's just like I just wake up and I'm like, what did I do yesterday that made this get so far out of alignment? And then in the last 2 months, I started doing Pilates, and I've never felt better since even before when I hurt my back.
So the Pilates has retroactively fixed pain that you had even before this most recent bout of pain.
Yeah, even like my tight shoulders and hip flexors, just like tightness that I just lived with and felt like wasn't pain because it was all fine. Like even that's gone.
Wow. I wonder if that'll keep up, or if it's like when you try something new, it gives you that rush of new thing working and then wear off.
The new exercise bump.
Yeah, exactly. Like, haven't you said that about other stuff that you tried?
I mean, acupuncture was definitely one where there was just like immediate immense relief. Same with that chiropractor that I went to. We'll see if it creeps back up, but it's been almost 2 months now.
And you recommended me and Avital try it because I get sore like from playing sports and stuff, and the next day I feel so tight and back pain and like hamstring tightness. And you said Pilates is great for that as well.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. I think it's a godsend for me. I think you should try it. Yeah, next time I come to LA, which might be in January, I'll go with you.
Okay. There's so many Pilates studios around us because it's like a very cool East Side thing to do that I never even like clocked until I searched Pilates East Side, and it's just like every other block.
Yeah, and they're everywhere. Well, you got to find one with a reformer. It's all about that reformer.
That's what's so intimidating, is this giant machine that I don't know how to use.
Yeah, you learn pretty quick.
Okay, maybe we'll talk about that in the next segment, which is our resolutions for 2025.
Nice.
But real quick, I have to take a bath.
Yeah,
just to reset everything that's going on inside me.
You need a steam.
I didn't realize how difficult it would be to stand and talk for 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Take a nap.
Of course. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Damn right, dude.
You know, the start of the new year is the perfect time to get your financial goals set and organized.
I agree. Totally.
And the best way to do that is using Rocket Money to make those goals feel achievable, because it's a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, Then it monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
Yeah. Those little subscriptions, they add up. You think it's only $5, but it's $5 here and there, and then it's $5 everywhere. All of a sudden, you're spending $300 a month on shit that you don't even realize that you don't need.
That's right. I signed up for Rocket Money, and then like once a week or once a month, it sends me a notification like, did you know you're spending a lot of money on X, Y, or Z? And I'm like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
Right. Sometimes they're even duplicate subscriptions. Like if you have a partner,
It's not good.
where there's 2 free trials become 2 paid subscriptions. It's bleak out there. You need something like Rocket Money to keep track of it.
That's right. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved them over a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions.
That's right. 28 million of that was just me.
Oh my God, that's a lot of that one specific app that's charging you $2 million a month.
That's right. Raya Plus.
On average, it's saving members $740 a year, which is still really good. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Just go to rocketmoney.com/segments today.
Segments. Exactly.
That's rocketmoney.com/segments. Rocketmoney.com/
Segments.
That's correct. Thank you, Rocket Money.
Funny.
And we're back.
Hoorah, bub.
Enough of this year.
That's right.
I'm looking forward. Actually, fuck 2025. What are your 2026 resolutions?
I love that because 2025 is a wash.
It's
we already
over.
know we're not changing.
We
Like,
gotta
come
we gotta move on. Do.
Yeah. 2025 is all about just staying alive. 2026, that's when we step up our shit. Okay.
I might have an ear infection now that I think about it.
Yes.
Not
I have an
just
ear,
a
nose,
sinus.
and throat infection.
If only there was one doctor that did it all. Okay, do you have ones that are not just your classic read more, exercise more, look at your phone less? Because I'm struggling to move past those.
Right. Not real. Well, let's game it out. I've got a couple ideas.
Okay.
Numero uno. I think I need to get better at setting my priorities.
Ooh, I'm going
Like-
to veto that. What
Okay.
else do you got?
Well, getting jacked, but I
I
kind of
like
already am.
that. I like that,
Really?
actually.
You think even
for
stronger?
Yeah.
Is
Because
it
priorities
possible?
can be whatever, but like
Less
to be
Pilates, more
strong.
deadlifting?
Yeah. How about CrossFit till you puke/tear your labrum?
How about veneers?
Up to my
Changing gears? Changing gears? How about veneers?
Wait, what's wrong with your priorities?
Well, I think that I'm not great at figuring out how I want to use my time. Like in any given day, I like going to the gym, going on a bike ride, doing a Pilates class, et cetera, et cetera. Like my morning is a little bit mine because LA hasn't woken up yet. And then there's that middle chunk of the day that I can do work on. And then there's the end of the day where it's like I want to be home for dinner time, bath time, bedtime for the baby.
So us recording right now / usually is that middle chunk, the overlap between LA and New York.
Exactly. But I think there are things that I like. For instance, we talk about writing our play, which actually this week we took a swing at.
Yeah. The musical.
And that was partially due to me prioritizing things. Like sometimes I'll just get to the office and I'll like get bogged down with, those like the little low-hanging fruit things that you can like just knock off your plate. Like it feels good to respond to this email. It's off my plate, that type of thing.
Yeah. Small emails that you can respond to or just archive. Try to get closer to inbox 0.
Right. Yeah. It's like, I think I've been valuing this like inbox 0, basically finishing all of these little digital errands that I have. And what goes by the wayside is like larger projects that I can't just like tackle in a day. So my new thing is that I'm just trying to like actually go after the bigger things.
What if you just treat your inbox like you do your regular mail? You check it once a day at 6 p.m., respond to everything then, and then put it away. And on Saturday and Sunday, nobody checks it at all.
That's interesting. I don't think it works that way.
Okay.
Right.
New idea. You
kind
close your inbox entirely. You're off the grid.
Well, we don't have to figure it out because 2025 is just starting, and I'm just saying I want to prioritize more. You've like taken this leap to like, why don't you not look at your email on Saturday and Sunday?
I wonder if there's a
like
world where
is
you don't even
helpful
accept
to
email.
me.
Right now, you have 2 email addresses. Do you not? Headgum in general.
Excuse you. What are you talking about?
Why don't you flip a coin and get rid of one at random or even at cost? So
It'd be
regardless of the
interesting
price,
to just get rid of my email. Like, what if I just never ever looked at my email again? Because nothing good really comes from it.
yeah.
So I just never look at it.
You want to get to
Everything-
inbox 0, select all, delete.
Yeah, I just don't have an email. What if my fucking 2025 New Year's resolution is, how do I get in touch with Jake? Oh, he doesn't have email.
You have to call him. So instead of emails,
Right.
you get calls incessantly.
I guess
hey, how's
that's
it going?
probably what
Boom, I'll
I
respond.
could treat my email
This
the
is
way I
my
treat
address.
my like phone calls, like which is just ignoring them.
Yeah. Treat them all as spam.
But I guess
I
like
don't know
the
this
thing,
email.
the thing behind the thing, because like I said, it's the email is not the issue, right?
Yeah.
You latched onto that for some
I'm like
reason.
obsessed with it now.
But
all I want to
there's,
know
like,
is the email.
smaller errands,
Yeah.
whether they're email related or not,
I'm
that I'm
curious about the
prioritizing.
emails. Yeah.
So even if it's not about not doing them. It's about
Wait, keep talking. I'm going to blow my nose, but I can hear you.
for sure. It's about tackling the hardest thing when I have the most energy, which is when I get into work. So like I get into work, no matter what, I should spend 2 hours writing, doing something creative. And then it's so bizarre talking because I feel like I'm getting really personal and you're just not there. I'm looking at an empty Zoom frame. I honestly wonder if you can hear me because you are in another room. You're wearing Bluetooth headphones. What if they don't remain connected? And I'm just kind of pouring my heart out. But I think I need to just dedicate a chunk of time to a high priority thing. And then everything else is like, if there's time, it will get knocked out
That's
today.
really
and
funny.
if it's not, yeah, I knew you didn't hear anything. I knew you didn't hear
No,
anything.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. What's yours?
You want to
I
dedicate
want
your
to
time
be more
to
present.
That's pretty good. Or get more presents. If you want to dedicate your time to, I could hear everything. If you want to dedicate your time to a more high priority thing, how about you find God?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I don't feel like I don't feel like I need that.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy when I know that somebody else has found God, saying something godly to them. Like I feel like when people are religious and I tell them God bless, it affects them deeply, you know?
Because you
Like-
use the G word.
Yeah, I'm like, God bless you. And they're like, wow, thank you. I feel seen. We're two religious people here. But I'm not, like, I don't actually even believe in him. But I'm like, you do. And I want the God that you believe in to bless you.
Yeah.
Like, because it doesn't mean anything when they say God bless you to me.
There is no God to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I've been
And
saying
when
God
you say-
bless. I've been doing it a little more freely, just saying God bless, because no skin off my back. And for some people, it
I think
actually
I
means a
sneezed
lot.
earlier and you didn't say anything.
I said Gesundheit.
Yeah, you yelled some German word at me that I didn't even understand.
Schadenfreude.
How about this one? We consider ourselves comedians and writers. We don't write that much comedy. We wrote like 4 Jake and Amirs last year. Why don't we
Yeah.
commit to writing more sketches? The audience seems to like it. The reviews are good. The comments on YouTube are nice. I'm posting them on TikTok. They're going viral. People are like, holy shit, I didn't know they're making episodes anymore.
What's the YouTube view count?
It's like
Is it
somewhere
good?
between 50 and 100K per episode. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's great.
People seem to like it. And we still have fun writing it and performing it.
Right. And I feel like I have the most fun when I'm watching old ones on Patreon too.
Exactly. So you talk about priorities plus creativity. It might just be to, like, we've sort of squeezed them in during other trips when I'm in New York, but if we made it a concerted effort to do that.
Schadenfreude.
Taking pleasure in other people's sneezes.
So is that yours or is that suggestion for me?
Well, it could be both.
Because
of
I'm
ours.
talking about
it
priority.
takes two to tango. Yeah, it could be it could be mine and by definition yours.
Yeah, I
You
mean
said
it
you
would
were
be
coming
nice
to
to
LA?
spend more time writing. That would be good.
Writing, acting, shooting. Although we'd have to probably fund them ourselves. It doesn't really make sense for Headgum to make 20 Jake and Amir episodes next year. But
Right.
maybe if we put them on Patreon for like a week before they go online or something like that, we can fund it through Patreon or something.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
So there's that. Did you say you were coming to LA in January?
Yes, I'm coming to LA in January. I'm not exactly sure when, but sometime around that second week in Jan.
You know, my
So I don't.
birthday's the second week of January. I'm curious if you'll make a point to stay through the 18th. Could be fun.
When is your birthday?
When is my birthday?
When's your birthday? You said it was in the second week of January.
Check Wikipedia, bitch.
Second, because it says January 18th. That sounds like the third week of January, doesn't it?
Oh, it's close to the 14th.
It's close to the 14th, but that's the full on. That's after 2 weeks have passed.
Actually, check Wikipedia, bitch, is something I've been saying to like dentists and like people who are asking me for my like, oh, what's your last name? What's your birthday? I want to verify your account. I'll be like, check Wikipedia, bitch. Sorry? I said January 18th.
That's a great thing to put on a hat.
Check Wikipedia, bitch. And then I'll wear the hat and you get somebody to leak me eating a sandwich by myself and like put it online.
Check Wikipedia, bitch.
YouTuber eating alone at Stamp with a check Wikipedia, bitch hat.
Stamp still around? Is mustard seed still around?
Both of those are still around, actually.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Thanks.
Any other resolutions for you?
Maybe I'll do that Pilates thing. I mean, I need to be more flexible for sure. I can't just go from inactivity to sprinting on a basketball court. That's a recipe for disaster. I'm going to get
Can you touch your
injured.
toes?
No, I cannot touch my toes. I can't even bend my knees and touch my toes. I've never touched them. I can't even tie my shoes.
I can go into a deep squat and I still can't touch my toes.
For whatever reason. Yes, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce style and there's
opposing
some sort
magnetic forces.
mental barrier to fucking touching my toes. I don't know if I have a sinus infection.
So you can't
or
touch your
a
toe?
shoulder. No, straight-legged I can't. I can't go very low at
Yeah.
all. My hamstrings are very tight.
Interesting. Yeah. No, we could work that out for sure.
Flexibility,
definitely work that out.
creativity. I think I eat fine enough. Obviously, I'm sick right now, so that doesn't really translate. But yeah, what else? I
Cooking
need to,
more, some kind of diet-based thing.
Spending less money.
You're going to the
like
Whole Foods hot bar
delivery
kind of a
apps.
lot.
Yeah,
you're spending way too much money.
You know, you can even just pick up food yourself. Act like it's 1998.
Tell you what, dude. Two things on that front. Because this weekend last, I first of all made myself a sandwich almost every single day. Because I got caught up in the food delivery, especially in New York. It's too easy. But then I'm starting to bundle items. I'm like, oh, yeah, I could add a smoothie from a different restaurant and one guy on a bike will bring it all to me. And that's just, it's just crazy. And as somebody who rides bikes a lot and I am horrified by the amount of like e-bikes going every which way in the city. I'm like, I'm part of this problem. I'm proliferating it.
You're paying people to ride bikes for you.
Yeah. And then I'm out there riding a bike and I'm like, what are all these crazy guys doing on the bridge? It's my damn fault. Well, and it's also Uber's fault or whatever, but that's fine.
Just
And then
too
the
damn
other,
convenient to press a button.
and then the other. So I've been making myself a sandwich every single day. Saved a ton of money, and the only downfall is that the sandwich is really bad.
Yeah,
but
that's fine. At least it's cheap.
Yeah. The
I mean, I don't have
issue
a
really was
panini
that
press or good bread.
well, I was spending a ton of money and the food was bad. So I was like, it's not right to like buy a sandwich or a salad for like $22 and I hate it. So at the very least, this is a cheap sandwich that I made myself that is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
bad
okay.
either way.
Right.
You just
but
don't
then the
like
other thing I started
sandwiches.
doing was just behaving like a real New Yorker. And now I'm just going to the deli, going to the bodegas where the sandwiches are like still pretty cheap. You can get like a bacon, egg, and cheese for $5 or whatever.
Yeah. For whatever reason, breakfast sandwiches are inflation proof in New York City. Like everything's gone up 800%, but a bacon, egg, and cheese is still between $3 and $5.
Yeah, because they've had the bread this entire time.
Yes, the bread predates COVID, so it's a loaf from 2018, so they can adjust the price accordingly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a break. And for our third segment, we'll do something completely different. Wow. I don't even know what it is yet.
Same.
Because I'm so fucking concerned about blowing my nose right now.
Okay, here's a final unrelated segment wherein I'm going to just name a Jake and Amir video, and you will tell me if you remember what it's about. Or you know what? You'll just try to guess what it's about. Okay?
Okay, easy. Well, the title itself is half the battle.
Usually. But I can't remember this one, so we'll find out. Jake and Amir favor.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty vague. And I will say I don't remember what it's about.
Okay. I'll start reading the script and you'll stop me when you do finally remember.
Okay.
Okay.
I said I wanted to jog more this year, but I didn't mean jog my memory.
Nice. Amir's holding two plastic dinosaurs, making them kiss.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, I got to run to a meeting. Saw that. Then you say, no. Oh, I think we watched this one recently, actually. And then I say, yes. And then I ask you, will you pick my lunch up downstairs for me? I'll owe you one.
Is this
And
the
then
one
you
where
respond,
I smash the food on the glass?
I think it is. You respond, you'll owe me a big one. And then I say, I'll owe you a big one. And then you say, and not just a favor either.
Yeah. And then you say, yes, just a favor. Then I interrupt the meeting by smashing the food you asked me to get into the glass. That was a good one.
Yeah. You say, you said, you're going to do me a favor every day for a year, missionary style.
Yeah. Good one, but I did not remember that at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's favor, which is really great because it ends with you smashing like pad thai against the glass conference room.
Yeah, that was fun
which is
to do.
really, really great. Okay, Jake and Amir break.
I don't remember any of these. Break, BREAK?
That's right.
I don't even know where to start. It's either a break that we took or me breaking my leg or something like that.
Could be.
I have no idea. I say we should be on a break or something, like I'm trying to break up with you.
That's what I was thinking it was. Let's find out.
Or you can find out.
It starts. It looks like, oh wow, it was right around this time in 2012, January 1st. So it's about winter break.
Holy shit.
Tell me when you remember this.
Okay.
It starts with you saying, how was your break? And I say, it was really nice, actually. Wow, that's also how the most recent Jake and Amir that we did started, right? You say, how was your weekend? I say, it was really nice, actually. I'm always about to be positive and open with you.
And I turn it around and take advantage of your hospitality.
I say, it was really nice, actually. Then you interrupt me. You say, yeah, you're just saying that to make me jealous because it's working. And then I say, I'm saying it was nice to see my family. It was fun to hang out with my friends from high school. And then you say, yeah, I wasn't home but for 2 minutes before the old man offers me a grilled cheese
sandwich. Yeah, I didn't realize that this was this one. Yeah, this one's
this
about
is a-
my winter break and the story about my dad throwing a cast iron skillet to the back of my
Right.
face.
It's right where I think it ends with like you're going to back the car out of the driveway. Your mom leaves her head under the tire. Your dad does, begging you to throw it in reverse.
Yeah.
One of
God,
the
that
lines
was
is,
awesome.
I say, so by the way, what girl? And you say, oh, that's another thing. I brought home a Thai whore just to show my dad that I have a mate in life. And I say, why do you want his affection? It sounds like he's a terrible person. And you respond, he means well.
Does he? Or did he throw a fucking cast iron skillet at your head?
Yeah. All right, let's try one more. I'll try to make it easy.
Yeah, favor and break. These are too vague.
Okay. Well, this one's too easy. Fur. You remember fur.
Yeah, furs. I have a fur jacket, a fur hat, and my bare feet are like inside of two doves.
Two rats or two doves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
oh no, my wallet is a rat and my feet are in two birds.
Right. And you throw blood on me or red paint or something, and you say fur is murder because I'm wearing a cashmere or wool sweater or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Airline scam.
This one is kind of based on like something you would do, which is like say something didn't work on a flight and like message customer support to try to get money back or something. And so
like if anything ever goes wrong on a flight, you complain and they'll give you some miles.
Yeah.
I think
it's like a life hack. Yeah.
Right. I told you that I did that, and then you were like, we should make my character do that because it's kind of like a petty, mean thing.
You're just taking advantage of this lax system that they have, which is like, if somebody's a really jerk to our customer service, we just throw $50, $100 vouchers at them.
That's right. And I think for some reason, I get so high and mighty about it that I say I'm going to fight you because you took a pilot's wings.
How? Oh, like I got someone fired before the 10,000th flight.
Here's a good line from it. You say, we're 9 months deep and I do not have the capital to sustain this freaking Law and Order SV. Fuck you. I've been grilled by several expert witnesses and a lot of professional cross-examiners, and I'm just sitting under oath, lying through my teeth at this point, laughing. I actually broke twice. Yeah, I couldn't even keep a straight face. My own lawyer left the courtroom mid-testimony.
Whenever we can have me in court or rehashing a really large scheme that went wrong, that's the sweet spot. That's the good stuff.
It really is. So, this is actually good fodder for your resolution, which is to write more.
Right. We're inspired. We're having fun. We're laughing. This is like what life is all about ultimately. Shouldn't we be doing more of this in 2026?
We should be joy.
Yes. Right. We should have joy. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go faint now.
As you should.
But I'm glad I made it to the finish line. Thanks for carrying me across. The one set of footsteps is what you were carrying us. And thanks to you guys for listening all year. We'll be back, not on the 30th, but the following week with another brand spanking new episode of Segments. And if you want more of us, we're still on our Patreon, patreon.com/JA.
Ja.
I think we're watching the Girlfriend series right now, which is a real throwback.
Yeah, and it's actually better than we thought. We're going to try to get Ty on for the last 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Did you reach out?
I thought you were going to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We have to talk about this now. We'll have to figure it out. We have to prioritize
It's actually,
something.
my priorities are not.
You're busy doing other stuff.
Of course.
You have to spend the day being a little more creative than just
Reproduction
DMing
is
old
on
friends.
you.
Yes. Of course. And we'll see you next year. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That was a Headgum original.